Hello everyone, this is Bannerminder here, and today I have yet another Avengers X-Rater story. I'm sorry the videos have been beyond slow. Long story short, my entire school district has been shut down until May 24th, which, unfortunately is really sad, especially because, that's the day after my birthday, and I'm gonna have to go back on the day after my birthday, so that's gonna be a really interesting birthday gift. Although many people around me have theorized that I'm probably not even going to be going back to school at all this year, and that's probably actually going to be the sad truth, and I talk about that at the end of this story, and the author's note at the end of this story, so if you want to check that author's note out, it's whatever. But at first, I was going to make a Loki X Shy Reader story that took place in a cafe. And while I thought that the idea would get somewhere, I just have so much trouble making shy readers, which is ironic because I'm really shy. Yet, it was so difficult for me to wrap my head around this idea. I really needed to do more research on this stuff, but, unfortunately, I just couldn't get anywhere with it, which really sucked because I was rather far into the story. I had, maybe 100, maybe 900 words on it, and so I just scrapped the whole thing, and I got really sad about it, but then as I was writing an announcement on my webpage page, I realized, I really need to scrap it. It's just not worth it. So I scrapped it completely and made this brand new story within around maybe a half hour. Because it's almost 2 o'clock right now, and it was 1:10 whenever I started writing the announcement. So I knocked out this story rather quickly, which means it's rather short. I don't know why I said it's short like that. But my point is that I wrote it more so off of a story that I read for Alistair, which had to deal with writer's block. And I'm like, well, why didn't I think of that? Writer's block, that's a perfect thing to write about. And it doesn't help that I've been rather depressed lately because of everything that's been going on in the world. I'm not going to talk about it because I hate to talk about it. I really do. I hate talking about it because I'm like, well, I don't want any sort of negativity on my channel. But if you guys know what's going on, then you can understand. But why don't we go ahead and get started? This is a Loki X Satria story, and the title is simply Writer's Block. I slaved over the keyboard. I had my hands on the keys lazily for 2 minutes. Time ticked on the grandfather clock next to me. I heard every sound in the room, but none sparked inspiration. Your name, dear. Are you still working? Loki says he exited the shower. I didn't even turn to face him. I leaned back in my chair. I didn't respond when he asked again. I felt numb at first as I stared at the ceiling. But when he came over to inspect the screen, I looked at it and saw nothing but a blank page. I felt stupid. I had promised that I would get a story out today. Nothing. Loki knew how hard it hit me when I couldn't reach a deadline that I set. He knew it meant a lot to me to get stories out as much as possible, but I think he knew better than me that sometimes it just wasn't possible. I pulled my legs up to my chair and hugged them, my head going into my tucked up knees. I cried softly. I didn't see it, but I heard him grab the mouse and I heard it click. And I knew he closed out of the window. A small part of me knew I had to get back to work if I wanted to reach the deadline, but Loki must have read my mind. He picked me up from the chair and put me onto our shared bed. When he lay down next to me, I looked over at the open laptop. I sat up again to go get it, but he pulled me back down, hushing my thoughts. It's okay, your name. I know you wanted to reach that deadline, but it's okay. I'm sure they will understand. If they don't, they are not the ones you should aim to please. Work at your own pace. I cried a little more and held onto his shirt, wrinkling it. Thank you, Loki. I laughed a little through my tears. What would I do without you? You'd lack an editor, and I would lack a lovely writer and partner. After a while, my teeth ceased to plague me, and I just cuddled with Loki. I soon grew sleepy, but wanted to type out an idea on my phone before I forgot it. I then went to sleep, with my all-time best boy by my side. The end. By the way, just as a little side note, I want to make it clear that that's that part about Loki being best boy. Don't get me wrong, I love him to death, I really do, and that scene in Infinity War still wrecks me, even though when I first saw the movie, I'm like, who even is this guy? I'm being serious. When I saw Infinity War, I didn't know half of the people in the movie. I only knew the Guardians of the Galaxy. But if I didn't have Rocket or Groot in the Guardians of the Galaxy, then Loki's pretty much right there. But anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear the lo-fi music playing right now. I really do hope that that's a nice addition. I don't even know if it's going to be heard in this video, but I'm trying to add that so that way I can kind of like get more of an interesting sound going on. And plus, people always tell me that my voice, I don't think anyone does, but like I like to think you guys enjoy my voice because you guys listen to me. Oh, Gloria, speak louder, or Phantom to speak louder. We can't hear you, and I'm like, well, kind of hard to do that because a lot of the time I record whenever it's late at night, so I kind of have to be quiet. But anyway, guys, this is going on a little long, and I'm really sorry that this story is so short. But I thought that a short story would be better than no story, so I thought that would be probably the best thing to make right now. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this, and just understanding that I sometimes don't have good days. I'm gonna see if I can try and get a rough draft or a script going for my Sonic or my Shad Amy story at some point. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I do hope to get it out soon. But anyway, guys, thank you all so very much for watching, and as always, this is Phantom, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Bye-bye!